Okay, so we're going to go through an exercise which is going to help you determine your unique sales advantage. Now, this is a critical piece of the whole 9-step puzzle. Why? Because your unique sales advantage is the very basis on which you're going to be able to take yourself out to the market and confidently stand out and be distinctive. Not just because you've got great products or great services, because everyone has, well, not everyone, but most of your competitors have great products and great services, but because you offer something that is unique, you offer something that is different, you have something that delivers a profit result. And that's what you're selling. You're actually selling money. So unless you know your real commercial value, what we call your tangible commercial value, well, then it's very hard to sell. And from an owning standpoint, it's even harder to own, let alone talk about with congruent conviction. So understanding your company and your products and your services, understanding their real worth, their real value is the key here. Now, let me just say, by the way, if you get stuck anywhere along this exercise, just plug into a coaching session with me and let's just get the clarity that you need. So, we know that there are 3 key ingredients of a highly desirable, unique sales advantage. The first one is the specific expertise that you have to offer, the knowledge, the expertise, the experience. You have to clearly understand that expertise and know-how. The second one is what we call commerciality. So this is the commercial value of what it is that you do, the particular thing that you solve. How do you deliver profit? And it's the thing that you are good at. It's the problems that you solve. And as I said, we've got to make them the problems and in fact your solutions. We've got to make them commercially tangible. And then number 3 is what we call the differentiator. And this is really what we call the why pick me. So we've got to get really, really clear on what that is. What differentiates you, your company, your products, your services from everybody else out there. So when it comes to developing your unique sales advantage, another word for that could be your secret success formula. It's actually about finding out what is your particular secret sauce. Put it another way, what are your 7 secret herbs and spices? What is it? What are they? And so this is really what we're going to be working through. We're going to help you to determine what it is, because until you are really clear and until you really know what it is and how you impact the profitability of the profit center manager that you need to talk to, then you're going to be stuck out in the cold in the queue with everybody else. Now, the secret here, by the way, is not to rush this exercise. So this is a journey, and you're going to need to really probe deeply within. You're going to really need to take your time to cogitate and ruminate and to come up with what it is. This means you're going to have to speak to your marketing department. You're going to have to speak to your technical department. You're going to have to speak to people who are on the ground implementing your solution, because they know the issues. They know the issues. And so this is not just something you can rush through. Yes, there's a deadline. We've got to get this thing done. But more importantly, it's really about revealing from within what are all the places and spaces that you guys have been to, and what is it all that you've done that have delivered the results? What's that one thing that you do differently to everybody else? What is that secret formula that you bring? How do you particularly drive profitability through your products and services? Now, the beauty is the questions in this worksheet that you're going to walk through will cover everything that you need to know. Now, oftentimes it's going to feel like there's a question that seems to be repeating itself. Maybe it's written a little bit differently, but in a sense you feel like you've kind of seen it before. That's okay. Just go with the flow. Go through the program, complete it anyway, because every time you answer that question, even if it does seem somewhat redundant or repetitive, you're getting further clarification. It's like slowly kneading and molding your secret success formula or your unique selling advantage. And by the way, let me just add that there is no perfection here. So once you get something that looks and almost feels right, well, then that's good enough for the time being. The rest, you're going to go out and test and measure, and you're going to tweak and until you get it refined. This is just an exercise to get you started. So there's no perfection here. We just want to get this up and running so you can start to take it out in the field and test and measure what works, what doesn't. So, but what I'm really sure here is that by doing this exercise, it's really going to help you to refine it, and many times you'll just nail it. So if you follow this process, you're really going to be amazed at how close you get. And as I say, if you get stuck, reach out.